What is up, my little ratties? Today we are going to be talking about the state of Style Showdown. So as we all know, Style Showdown actually recently got an update. And while I do think a lot of good has come from this update, I do also think that there's like a very big elephant in the room regarding it as well. So Style Showdown was overhauled with 100+ items being added into the rotation. They also added new challenges, they reworked a few challenges, and they also added a new rank progression system, which is, surprise, the elephant in the room. So like I said, a lot of good did happen. Like, I think items being added to the rotation is wonderful. I think them adding new challenges is also really good, and obviously reworking some of the older challenges too. But I think adding a brand new rank progression system was honestly just silly. Now when you play Style Showdown, if you win, you don't get anything in regular Dress to Impress. You only get style stars. Now obviously I'm not privy to the information of like what their plans are for Style Showdown, but I think unless they're going to start applying more pressure to the game and releasing more updates for it, I think that this was a really bad decision, and I think that it's inevitably going to cause the game to fail. In the past, the developers have mentioned that Style Showdown is meant to be its own separate game. It's not meant to be updated every single time Dress to Impress gets updated, which I understand, but I think that the issue is that they keep trying to push out like themed updates like they do with Dress to Impress, but it just makes the game look dated. So for example, up until this most recent update, you could be playing Style Showdown and it's still like in the winter update when we're literally in the middle of summer. I think that they should stick to just like general updates instead of trying to stick a specific theme to it like that. Or maybe it could have themes but not related to the literal season. I don't know. I think more frequent small updates, such as just switching up the rotations of the items that are added into the game. I don't even think that the game needs new challenges all the time or anything. I feel like all it was missing was just getting some more items every now and then. I think that they focus so much on like big substantial updates that small things like that really do fall through the cracks. Another reason I think that adding a new rank progression system was silly is because Style Showdown is directly connected to Dress to Impress. Even if the developers do say that they are intended to be separate, they kind of already ruined that by adding the Style Showdown dress. Now the games are both intrinsically connected. You had to play Style Showdown in order to get items in Dress to Impress. So I feel like now they're honestly just forever linked, even if that isn't the intention now. I think my issue with the addition of Style Stars is that now nobody has any real reason to play. When Style Showdown first came out, everybody was playing it to get the new Style Showdown set, but then once everybody received it, nobody played it anymore, because originally the only time you gained any stars was if you won, and I still don't think it was a very big amount. But then they updated it, so if you won first place, you got 100 stars. I think maybe second place got 75 and third place got 50 or something along those lines. And from what I've seen, after that there was a jump in players because people actually had a reason to play Style Showdown. We all know voting is like so bad in Dress to Impress. There's been good times and there's been very bad times, but overall it's not very consistent, and especially if you're not a higher rank and you don't have access to master servers, your voting probably isn't the best. And getting a server that votes is more like the luck of a draw. So I felt like Style Showdown really gave players a better chance to get their stars up to get into these better servers, because getting 10 stars every single round in a regular server is going to take forever to get to pro servers and beyond. This is also why I feel like so many players resort to farming, which I feel like we've all kind of established is a negative thing if you also aren't improving in your style. But I can't really blame people either when you're going so long without getting any recognition for the hard work that you're putting into your outfits and the effort and the time and dedication, but then still everybody votes you 1 star because they just want to get on the podium. So like I was saying, I think Style Showdown really helped a lot of people in that way. It made the game fun again. We got to do new things, you got to do challenges. I think it added life back into Dress to Impress for a little bit, but now I just don't know what the incentive is to to play. I don't know what the point of the new Style Stars rank progression is, because it doesn't even matter how much you have, you're still queued up with the same people. You can still be queued up with somebody who has 0 Style Stars or somebody that has 1,000 Style Stars. So you're earning these stars that essentially have no meaning as of now, at least. So I think if they are planning on adding a meaning to it, it was way too early to release this change. I really wonder if behind the scenes, maybe people were farming too many stars and things were maybe getting out of hand in that way. But if that's true, I feel like communication would have really helped release some of the tension I know a lot of players feel with the devs. I feel like that is a general issue that most players have with the dev team. So many people feel like there is a lack of communication regarding these sorts of things. I think Dress to Impress would really benefit for some sort of roadmap. I don't know if you guys have played other games, but a lot of the time games know what their goals are way before they actually start to release these as updates. So they will release a little roadmap of things that they are planning to do within the year. So for example, maybe they were planning to add plus size bodies this year. Maybe they wanted to add more masculine clothes. Maybe they wanted to add a brand new rank progression to Style Showdown, and then also maybe star-based matchmaking in that game mode as well. You're basically giving players a heads up and saying, hey, this is something we are aware is an issue or something that we think would be cool, and this is what we're planning to do about it. I really do feel like more open communication from the devs to the community would be just so wonderful. I do also recognize, of course, that they're not perfect. Communication will never be perfect, and there's zero way to please literally everybody. So although I think that more communication would be helpful, obviously they have more insider information. Maybe they've tried to communicate more and it wasn't effective. I don't know. These are just my opinions. To end this off, I don't think that Style Showdown is dead per se. I don't think that it's ruined, but I am not exactly happy, and I don't necessarily agree with some of the choices being made. I feel like we take 3 steps forward and then 1 step back every single time there's a new update. Even with the most recent Dress to Impress summer update, I loved all of the items. I felt like the baddie pass was set up really well, but then at the same time, there's apparently copying allegations or plagiarism allegations, and then people are also getting banned from the minigame. I don't really know the full situation of either of those things. I really do try to stay away from the Dress to Impress community. I know I am a part of it, but low-key, you guys, I just play the game, okay? There is too much happening all of the time. I can't pay attention to it all. I try, okay? But most of my information comes from my comment section, so thank you all for keeping me informed. But like I said, 3 steps forward and then always 1 step back. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Style Showdown update, and then also the summer update if you guys know about any of those situations. I love to hear your guys' opinions on the recent dramas and updates and changes. I think that talking about these things is super important, especially if you want there to be change, because obviously nothing is ever going to change if nobody ever talks about it. I hope in the future we maybe get to have a dialogue about the future of Dress to Impress and Style Showdown, and that the devs could be more open with their plans. I know that's easier said than done because they don't want to make false promises and then not be able to follow through. Wink wink, the plus size bodies, oh my gosh, when are they gonna come? But I feel like overall it's just important that we all give each other a little bit of grace. Remember that we are all human beings trying to make everybody happy, and unfortunately not everybody can be pleased. So of course, do not send any hate or attack the devs. That is not how you get them to listen, okay? There is a right and a wrong way to deliver criticism, and being hateful is never the right way, and they will never listen to you if that is how you're choosing to go about it. Remember to always lead with love. I promise it makes such a big difference. But again, let me know your thoughts on all of this. I love to hear it. But if you liked today's video, make sure to leave a like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.